Today we're making stuffed suji rolls. As you can see, they look fantastic and they taste absolutely delicious. It's a little bit of work, but absolutely worth it. So let's begin. We need 1.5 cups of cooked and mashed potatoes, 1/4 cup of grated paneer. I've used homemade, half cup cooked and crushed corn, 1 cube of cheese, 1/4 cup of chopped green onions, 1 tablespoon cooked and diced beetroot, that is optional, 1 tablespoon chopped coriander, and 1 teaspoon of mixed herbs, salt and chili flakes to taste. We also have to make a batter. For the batter, I've taken 1 cup of rava or suji with 1 cup of curd, mixed it and let it rest for about 10 minutes. When we are cooking, at that time we'll add about 1 teaspoon of fruit salt to the mixture. I've also taken 2 steel glasses and greased them well with oil. You can use any mold that you have if you don't have glasses. Let's make the stuffing first. So add the mashed potato to a bowl. Next we'll add the grated paneer. I've used homemade paneer, but you can use store-bought as well if that's what you have. Just make sure there isn't a lot of moisture in it. Next we'll add the crushed corn. It's a very rough crush. It's not a very fine crush of the corn after they've been cooked. Next we're adding spring onions. If you don't have these, you can put regular onions, but just saute them lightly till the flavor of the rawness is gone. And we add mixed herbs. You can put any herbs of your choosing and your preference. After this, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of chopped coriander, and we're going to grate a cube of cheese. You can of course add more if that's your preference or less. Next, we're going to add some chili flakes. You can add as many or as little as you like. You can also put in green chilies if that's something that you prefer, or a combination of both if you want it really spicy. Adjust for salt. Keep in mind that the cheese does have a little bit of salt in it. And let's give everything a good mix. Our mixture has come together well. Now let's add the cooked and chopped beetroot. The beetroot is completely optional. You can replace it with any other vegetable of your choice as well, or you can skip it completely. Give it a good mix. Our stuffing is now ready. Let's turn these into rolls. As you can see, that would fit into the glass about 3/4 of the way. If you are instead using silicone molds, then divide the stuffing into small balls that will fit into the molds. To make the batter, this is the consistency that you need. Just soak the rava with yogurt and water, and you can always add a little bit more water to get the right consistency. Let's now add a tablespoon of chopped coriander and give it a good mix. Put in a pinch of salt to make sure that that's in there as well. And then 1 teaspoon of fruit salt and give it a good mix. We've taken the steel glass, put a little bit of the batter at the bottom just so that there's a light layer at the bottom. We're then going to take the long rolls that we had made of the stuffing and place it vertically in the steel glass. Try to keep it in the center as much as possible. And the roll should not be taller than 3/4 length of the glass. Now we're going to take the batter and pour it on all sides and above the roll to make sure that it's completely covered in batter on all sides. We're going to do the second glass as well. If you don't have steel glasses or you don't want to use them, you can use silicone molds or any molds of your preference. Just remember that if you are using silicone molds, there's no need to grease them. If you're using any other kind of mold, you will need to grease it with oil. So as you can see, the 2 steel glasses that we filled up are ready. Let's move on and also make the molds. Just give it a good tap to make sure that everything settles in well. Put a little dollop of the batter on the bottom of the mold. Place the round balls that you have made of the stuffing in the center of the mold, and then cover it again on all sides with the batter. Do this slowly, take your time, make sure that the balls that you have made are small enough to fit in the center of the mold and that they are covered by the batter on all sides. Be patient, it's absolutely worth it in the end. So as you can see, we press it down gently and then cover it with the batter on all sides. We've taken a cooker, placed a stand and then a perforated tray on top of that. Once the water comes to a rolling boil, put in our 2 glasses of the mixture along with our silicone molds. We cover this and cook it for 12 to 15 minutes. Our steamed suji rolls are ready. Wait for them to completely cool down and come down to room temperature before you take them out of the mold. If they're warm, then they won't slide out as easily as they do when they are cold. In a pan, we've taken a teaspoon of butter. Once it melts, we're going to add some chili flakes. You can be as generous as you like. And we're now going to pan fry our suji rolls in this butter and chili flakes mixture until it's crispy and slightly browned on the outside. A suji roll is beautifully crisp and brown on the outside. We're now going to slice and serve. Our delicious suji rolls are ready. You can serve them with ketchup, hot sauce or mayonnaise of your preference. Do try this recipe, and if you're enjoying the recipes we're sharing with you, please subscribe, share and like our videos. Do try this out and let me know how it turns out.